Imagine yourself standing alone beneath the vast expanse of the night sky, where the stars twinkle like distant whispers from epochs long past. A gentle breeze carries the chill of the cosmos, and in your ears echoes a faint, ethereal sound, akin to a plea emerging from the infinite void. This encapsulates the essence of a profoundly unsettling discovery. Scientists have determined that the initial signal humanity might receive from an extraterrestrial civilization possesses a 99% likelihood of being a final testament of despair. It would not constitute a welcoming greeting from remote companions, but rather the terminal sigh of a crumbling world. Why should this be the case? The universe adheres to a merciless principle, whereby only those civilizations teetering on the precipice of annihilation radiate sufficiently brightly to capture our attention. This phenomenon resembles the instant of a nuclear detonation, where a blinding flash eclipses even the sun's radiance, not a triumph, but an ultimate devastation, a resonant explosion traversing the void, leaving a poignant melancholy for distant observers. Astronomers, armed with colossal telescopes directed skyward like insatiable eyes yearning for enlightenment, have meticulously calculated this over decades. A normally functioning extraterrestrial civilization would seldom deliberately expose its existence, unless plunged into madness or impending doom. Such entities would conceal themselves within the cosmic shadows, vigilant as predators in a dense forest, for revelation invites peril. The renowned WAP signal, a narrowband radio emission lasting a mere 72 seconds, detected on the 15th of August in the year 1977 by the Big Ear radio telescope at Ohio State University, may well represent the desperate cry of a perishing planet. This potent signal originated from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, at a frequency proximate to the natural hydrogen line of the universe, akin to a murmur from the celestial bodies themselves. Yet it has never recurred, instilling a lingering torment in humankind, perhaps that civilization extinguished shortly thereafter, its world now a desolate ruin, with that feeble electromagnetic wave wandering across hundreds of thousands of light years, brushing our antennae as a somber reminder of life's fragility. More chilling still is the implication that each cosmic signal we intercept could serve as an epitaph for a vanished civilization. Humanity is not embarking upon a quest for allies, but wandering through an immense cosmic graveyard, where each glimmering star might veil the remnants of billions of beings. This concept is termed the Eschatian Hypothesis, or the hypothesis of the end times, drawing inspiration from the Greek term eschatos, signifying the ultimate terminus, the conclusion of all existence. It evokes the aura of science fiction, with visions of worlds collapsing under their own weight, yet its logical framework surpasses any Hollywood narrative, forged from empirical observations and rigorous mathematics. The tale commences with a peculiar astronomical rule, wherein the universe appears to favor extremes, those fleeting bursts preceding oblivion. Are you aware that the inaugural exoplanets discovered by humanity were cosmic aberrations? In 1992, astronomers Alexander Volshin and Dale Frail identified planets orbiting the pulsar PSRB 1-57 plus 12 remnants of stars that had detonated as supernovae. Theoretically, such worlds should not endure the cataclysmic heat and shockwaves capable of rending all asunder, yet they persist, whirling through space like phantoms from antiquity. Subsequently, hot Jupiters emerged, gargantuan planets orbiting perilously close to their parent stars, with surface temperatures soaring to thousands of degrees Celsius, where exteriors melt in infernal conditions. These, too, ought not to exist, vulnerable to engulfment by their stars' formidable gravity at any moment. If such planets are exceedingly rare, with probabilities below 1%, why were they the first to manifest in our telescopes? The answer resides in their conspicuousness. They are extraordinarily noisy. In a tranquil library, a boisterous telephone conversation invariably draws initial notice, despite its rarity. Hot Jupiters, though scarce, prove readily detectable due to their immense mass, proximity to host stars, and robust signals, flashing in observational data like beacons in the nocturnal gloom. This exemplifies observational bias in astronomy, a distortion that misleads us towards the most extreme phenomena rather than the commonplace. Gaze upon the night sky, where approximately 1/3 of the stars visible to the unaided eye are red giants, stars in their death throes, swelling and blazing before expiry. In truth, merely 1% of all stars in the universe occupy this phase. Why, then, does the proportion appear so elevated? Because, in their final throes, these giants expand prodigiously, their luminosity amplifying 1,000-fold. Mirroring the phenomenon of terminal lucidity, in humans a final radiant surge illuminating the expanse, imbued with the sorrow of cessation. Deneb in the constellation Cygnus, 2,000 light-years distant, remains discernible to the naked eye, sparkling as a remote farewell. Conversely, Proxima Centauri, a mere 4 light-years away, eludes even telescopes due to its subdued modesty. Supernovae embody even greater extremity. In the moment of stellar explosion, a single star's brilliance can outshine an entire galaxy's collective luminosity. A cataclysm reverberating across the cosmos, propagating shockwaves for millions of years. Within our Milky Way, supernovae occur approximately once every 50 years. Yet astronomers observe thousands annually from throughout the universe. How so? Their sheer luminosity renders them unmissable, permitting detection of eruptions at the observable universe's fringes, where light journeys billions of years to reach us. Do you discern the pattern? Astronomical history reveals that the inaugural discoveries invariably pertain to the most aberrant, extreme, and anomalous entities within a minority subset. Thus arises the query: what if extraterrestrial civilizations conform to this paradigm? A routinely operating civilization mirrors an ordinary star, serene, stable, and unobtrusive. It would judiciously mask its presence, eschewing potent signals or substantial energy fluctuations, blending seamlessly into the universe's background hum, like silent specters adrift in space. Why? Exposure equates to vulnerability. The eminent physicist Stephen Hawking, prior to his passing, repeatedly cautioned against proactive communication with extraterrestrials, invoking the dark forest hypothesis, wherein each civilization lurks as potential prey, lest it attract predatory adversaries. However, a civilization on the brink of obliteration differs profoundly. Envision tomorrow's Earth facing an asteroid collision. Humanity might detonate its entire nuclear arsenal, broadcasting the most vehement signals into space as a forlorn supplication, echoing through the void in faint hope of auditory rescue. With doom imminent, what peril remains in disclosure? In 1971, astronomer James Elliott proposed detonating all nuclear weapons in space not only as a cosmic salutation, but also as a secure means of disarmament. This audacious notion underpins the Eschatian Hypothesis's core. The more imbalanced, frenzied, and terminal a civilization becomes, the more potent its emissions, akin to a flame flaring before extinguishment. Underlying this is a ruthless mathematical law. The probability of detection scales proportionally to luminosity raised to the power of 1.5. In symbolic terms, P varies as L 1.5, where P denotes detection probability and L luminosity. Thus, a civilization 100 times brighter than baseline elevates its detectability 1,000-fold. This implies that ephemeral, chaotic, and moribund civilizations will disproportionately dominate our searches, much like supernovae rare yet commandeering the vista, flashing briefly before vanishing, evoking persistent curiosity. Scientists categorize civilizational disequilibrium into three modalities: uncontrolled energy proliferation, environmental collapse, and technological eruption. Consider climate change. A planetary temperature surge of 5 degrees Celsius over mere decades generates distinctive spectral signatures instantly recognizable to extraterrestrial astronomers, like a vivid scar upon the world's facade. In nuclear warfare, detonating thousands of warheads would induce energy oscillations, rendering the planet flicker like a festive tree in fleeting minutes, its glare disseminating through space. More despairingly, the Eschatian Hypothesis posits a terrifying corollary. Every extraterrestrial civilization we might detect is either deceased or en route to extinction. Why? A truly mature, advanced civilization attains perfect sustainability. It generates no excess heat, emits no surplus radiation, refrains from environmental alteration or devastation, integrating harmoniously with the cosmos, like invisible organisms in nature's flux. Science fiction author Kim Stanley Robinson once posited that any sufficiently advanced civilization becomes indistinguishable from nature, conjuring images of realms where technology and ecology intertwine seamlessly, leaving no trace for outsiders. This parallels thermal imaging of a dwelling. Crimson zones indicate wasted energy, superfluous radiance betraying imperfection. A masterful architect optimizes relentlessly to minimize thermal leakage, ultimately rendering the structure undetectable against ambient temperatures. Analogously, a mature civilization perpetually refines itself, curtailing energy waste and ecological impact until achieving utter invisibility, persisting as silent phantoms unbeknownst to all. Hence, observable civilizations comprise those yet to evolve to such maturity, struggling, uncontrolled, and collapsing entities, like stars swelling prior to detonation. This forms the nucleus of the Eschatian Hypothesis, advanced by astronomer David Kipping of the Cool Worlds Laboratory at Columbia University towards the close of 2025. He contends that, akin to astronomical precedents, initial detections of extraterrestrial technosignatures will stem not from stable societies, but from worlds in crisis, emitting potent yet ephemeral signals like a plea preceding eternal silence. Intrinsic instability precludes longevity, mirroring a supernova's evanescence, a destined brevity, a momentary blaze yielding to void. Nevertheless, an unresolved enigma persists. How prevalent are these moribund civilizations, and how enduring their signals? The response will validate or refute the Eschatian Hypothesis. Should the disequilibrium phase span mere years, intercepting such an entity would prove astronomically improbable, akin to locating a needle in a cosmic haystack. Yet if it endures centuries or millennia, prospects amplify substantially, fostering hope for further sightings. To date, humanity's industrial revolution has unfolded over 2 centuries, with climatic crises manifesting starkly. We ourselves exemplify this. A planet broadcasting anomalous signals via escalating carbon dioxide levels, orbital debris, and intensifying radio waves. Ironically, this inverts Hollywood's extraterrestrial contact archetypes, wherein aliens invade as rapacious conquerors or arrive as benevolent saviors. The Eschatian Hypothesis posits that initial real-world contact entails neither invasion nor salvation, but dispassionate telescopic observation of another's demise, akin to our contemporary contemplation of the sun's distant transformation into a red giant, engulfing Earth in flames. Those extraterrestrial signals may mirror our prospective fate, a cryptic admonition from the cosmos. Stephen Hawking admonished against broadcasting signals into space, lest it invite annihilation. This embodies the dark forest theory, wherein civilizations conceal themselves fearing detection, like beasts in primordial woods where the mighty devour the feeble. Yet the Eschatian hypothesis inverts this chillingly. What if doom already impends? Should an asteroid hurtle inexorably, nuclear conflict erupt, or climatic collapse prove irreversible, what dread remains? Then, dispatching a cosmic distress signal emerges as the final vestige of hope, a profound lament echoing through space. The wow signal might constitute a civilization's concluding chronicle, forever unknowable, as it never occurred. Perhaps that society perished soon after transmission, its planet now barren, with that faint wave persisting in its odyssey, bearing memories of billions extinguished. Should the Eschatian hypothesis hold, our search strategy demands radical overhaul. Eschew stable, protracted, patterned signals. Pursue transient, eruptive, anomalous events precisely as the Vera C. Rubin Observatory undertakes, nightly filming the entire firmament across multiple wavelengths to capture fleeting flashes or eruptions, like nocturnal hunters attuned to every peculiar rustle. Our task is merely to observe vigilantly, scrutinizing the universe's every irregularity. For therein may lurk a civilization, writhing in its final throes, a spectacle evoking awe through its mystery and ephemerality. This theory induces shivers, implying the universe abounds with memorials to defunct civilizations, once vibrant worlds reduced to dust. We seek not comrades, but traverse a necropolis, where each detected signal heralds a world's terminus, the obliteration of billions, and the dissolution of millennia-spanning cultures. Humanity observes from afar, silently witnessing cosmic tragedy through telescopes, steeped in our own solitude's melancholy. Yet the Eschatian hypothesis imparts a profound caution. Absent alteration of our developmental trajectory, persisting in nuclear armament, environmental ravagement, and unchecked resource depletion, humanity risks becoming the universe's subsequent supernova, a brilliant flare yielding to darkness. Perhaps centuries hence, astronomers on a remote world will telescope our anomalous emissions, chronicling this blue planet's demise in a scholarly paper entitled Observation of Disequilibrium Phase in the Civilization on the Third Planet of the Solar System, a sorrowful tale narrated from afar. To broaden this vista, consider ancillary theories scholars have pondered across decades, from erudite dialogues on platforms like Extraproprints on Arxiv and publications in astronomy. Foremost is the Fermi paradox, named for physicist Enrico Fermi, who queried, "Where is everybody?" questioning why, in a vast universe harboring billions of habitable planets, extraterrestrial civilizations remain undetected. One resolution is the Great Filter, positing an immense barrier most civilizations fail to surmount, be it self-inflicted extinction via warfare, climatic upheaval, or auto-destructive technology rendering intelligent life a rarity akin to miracle. On X, figures like Brian Cox have debated that the Great Filter may lie ahead for us, implying humanity approaches an irrevocable juncture, choosing between sustainable survival or annihilation. Another is the dark forest theory, inspired by Liu Cixin's novels, envisioning the universe as a shadowy woodland where civilizations hide, for exposure invites obliteration by superiors. X discussions from 2020 through 2026 reveal researchers like Avi Loeb of Harvard endorsing this as elucidating cosmic silence, while warning against signaling lest we become targets. More recently, in 2025, inquiries from the SETI Institute and Physics Today expanded upon transient signals, suggesting dying civilizations' emissions manifest as fleeting flares, like maser outbursts from hydrogen clouds triggered by magnetars, a novel explanation for the WAP signal that accommodates mystery sans extraterrestrials. On X, Posts from Science Girl and Cool World's lab deliberate that, if escation holds, initial signals may derive from crisis-stricken civilizations, mirroring Earth's surging CO2 and orbital clutter, rendering us unprecedentedly noisy, an intriguing extension from researcher D.W. Pasulka in Encounters posits certain UFO phenomena linked to crypto-terrestrial civilization, subterranean or oceanic dwellers in disequilibrium, emitting signals as alerts. These notions, sourced from reputable entities like NASA, BBC and ArcCiv, updated to 2026, affirmed the universe teems not with vacancy but enigmas awaiting revelation, igniting our curiosity regarding our true cosmic station. Thus, the Eschatian hypothesis transcends mere speculation on extraterrestrial civilizations. It mirrors our predicament, blending trepidation with aspiration. Shall we pursue disequilibrium, becoming another cosmic tragedy, or cultivate sustainability to join mature civilizations, veiled in obscurity and eternally undetected? This query demands individual contemplation beneath the star-strewn night, where each gleam may narrate a lament. Astronomers have devoted centuries to observing extremist, celestial bodies to fathom universal laws. Now, perhaps we must apply this methodology, scrutinizing extremist civilizations to comprehend intelligent life's destiny. Moribund extraterrestrial civilizations serve as signposts, indicating dead ends and destructive choices, with imagery of worlds fracturing beneath ambition's burden. The Eschatian hypothesis affords glimpse of terminus, ere arrival a peculiar cosmic benevolence. Perhaps this constitutes the universe's ultimate mercy for intelligent life, permitting successors to glean survival from predecessors' remnants, a lesson inscribed in extinguished stars' light. Therefore, as we gaze skyward seeking extraterrestrial civilizations, prepare not solely for friends or foes. Anticipate witnessing succession of civilizational funerals, silent, cosmic obsequies. Our sole recourse is ensuring humanity evades starring in the next, persisting unobtrusively within the grand cosmos. Finally, I extend sincere and profound gratitude to all scientists, researchers, and collectives referenced herein, including David Kipping for his inspiring Eschatian hypothesis, Alexander Volshan and Dale Frail for pioneering exoplanet discoveries, James Elliott for bold interstellar communication proposals, Stephen Hawking for profound cosmic warnings, Enrico Fermi for the paradox, sparking myriad reflections, Brian Cox and Avi Loeb for contemporary discussions on social media and research, Kim Stanley Robinson for literary metaphors on sustainable civilizations, Liu Cixin for the vivid dark forest imagery, alongside investigators from the SETI Institute, Cool World's Laboratory, Harvard, and sources like ArcCiv, Physics Today, Astronomy Magazine. You have dedicated lifetimes to unraveling cosmic mysteries, with unwavering effort and quiet devotion, bestowing invaluable knowledge upon society, enhancing our comprehension of our cosmic placement. Your sacrifices and passions inspire endlessly, and humanity remains eternally indebted to those contributions.